Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to Mini Motorways. Today we're going to be playing on the Lisbon map. Really looking forward to this. Should be a fun map. If we take a look at the score leaderboard, this one's a really interesting score distribution graph. Definitely looks like some pretty high scores are possible, and to really get into the upper sort of portion of this level, I think we're going to need to be in the 3000s or at least the mid to high 2000s. Should be interesting to see just what leads to this big spike here at the beginning. But let's dive in and get started. So obviously trying to connect stores to houses. We need similar or same color houses to same color stores. You can see the cars come out to fulfill the demand at the different stores. I try to keep different colored houses and stores separate from each other. So we've got the orange houses here for the orange store. Try to have, if there was a yellow or a white store and houses that pop up, I try to keep those on separate roads. And where possible, even within, the same color, I try to keep only the specific houses that I want attached to this particular store on the same roadway. Just keeps things cleaner, clearer. There's definitely maps though where we need to have more of that overlap. We'll see whether Lisbon is going to be that sort of map, but let's pick up the speed at least for the early game here. Usually pretty straightforward in the early game, and then things get a little wilder as we progress. Let's pause there. You never know exactly when those crazy moments are going to start to happen. The game is pretty good about keeping you on your toes, and just when you think you've got things figured out, it shows you that you most definitely do not have things under control. So we've got yellow now. You can see I'm putting the yellow houses on their own roadway to this yellow store. All pretty clean to start with. It's interesting that we start out with traffic lights. Kind of makes me wonder if we are going to have some overlapping of roadways here. Now we've reached the end of the first week. Things are pretty smooth and quiet. We get the choice between traffic lights and 20 road tiles or roundabout and 20 road tiles. I think we'll go with the roundabout initially. I'm not a huge fan of the traffic lights, but I feel like we're starting to get into some levels where they may be necessary. Let's see though what comes up next. I think that roundabout will be useful to have. Things definitely do or things definitely make me think that we're headed towards a lot of shared roadways. But we'll see what exactly the game has in store for us. And we're up to almost 20 now for our score. Things are pretty smooth. Oh, and just like that, we got some excitement. We've got this orange here is upgraded from a regular store to an arena, something with bigger demand. We've got another orange house over here, which we can bring on that way. Let's just even tidy that up a little bit like that. We've also got this blue store and house. I think that'll all be fairly straightforward. So this arena is going to have more demand, so it's going to need to have more houses connected to it, providing cars to deal with that demand. Curious to see. Wonder what these blue spots are on the map. At first, I thought maybe they were going to be water, but they're definitely not water. And I thought they might be like mountains, but we're getting houses on top, so it doesn't seem like they're Mountains. Yeah, not sure what exactly they are. Maybe just a purely visual element on the map, but see if that changes. So end of week 2 here, we've got the 2 traffic lights and 20 road tiles or 40 road tiles. I think we'll go with the 40. That should be quite useful. Tidy that orange house up there. Oh, let's stop for a second. So we've got a new yellow store and a new yellow house. I think we can just come around like that. Hook things up. Should be okay. And then we've got another yellow house. Everything's got enough houses, I think, at the moment for satisfying the demand they have. And we are still proceeding well with our goal to keep the roadways separated out by color and particular store that they're going to. Definitely is a waterway below us here, the Tagus. So should be interesting to see if we need to get bridges soon to deal with that. Everything is moving though. We're almost at 75. Okay, so we got our first motorway opportunity here with 10 tiles or roundabout and 20. Definitely want the motorway. Don't think we need it quite yet, but I know it will become useful at some point in the near future. Now we've got this yellow here. The store has upgraded to the arena, so it's going to have more demand. We've got another yellow house, which I think we can connect on that way. Not super amazing, the layout that we kind of have at the moment. There's definitely some distance for some of these vehicles to drive. What do we got going on? Okay, so we've got another orange up top here, which is going to be a little awkward. We bump this yellow roadway down. At least that's not connected there anymore. We do have an orange over here, and we've got an orange down here. This one's going to have a little ways to go. But I feel like if we tidy this blue up a little bit, it's a little awkward having this yellow right here because it means we can't come with an orange down through this gap right here. Not easily anyways. Oh, and that's just all. Okay, let's keep that roadway in there. That's just annoying. What if we, what do we want to do here? Maybe the trick, it's just kind of annoying because this edge of the map here, it's still quite tight to the space that we're using, and so we don't have room to go around that yellow road. But maybe if we, instead of using this orange for this particular arena here, if we instead remove that, back that road all the way up, and then if we were to bring you up to there, let's maybe take that one that way. Tempted to just go like that to keep kind of an open space for us here. Then we can bring these oranges up. I guess we can go quite close to that roadway and then down there like that. I think we will. Is 4 enough or do I need 5? Maybe we'll just stick with 4 yellows for this arena, and that gives us 3 going to this one over here. We may need this orange at some point, but I think we can get away without using it for the time being. So not too bad at the moment. It's definitely a lot packed into a small area. But I feel like we've got enough houses for everything at the moment to deal with all the demand. Definitely curious to see. Okay, yes, here we go. So we've got the option at the end of week 4 for a bridge and 20 road tiles or 40. We will definitely take that bridge. I feel like that's going to become useful in a moment. So now we've got another orange store over here. Like doing those squiggly roadways. We go like that. Those two are going to take care of this orange store. We're up to 130 points. Doing quite well, I think. That's an annoying spot for an orange to pop up there. Maybe let's bring that back that way. Definitely picking up the pace. Scores over 150. Not too crazy yet. Just waiting, because like I said, like just as soon as you think that things are under control, not too bad, that is when the game starts to throw some curveballs. That's an annoying spot for a blue, but we can bring that down like that. Got lots of blue houses for that blue store. I wonder if it will become an arena at some point in the near future. So bridge in 20 or motorway in 10. I feel like the motorway is definitely what we want. Over 200. Definitely can see large parts of each of these 3 islands. So that blue has gone to, okay, let's pause for a sec. The blue has gone to an arena here. This orange has gone to an arena. I think we can bring that orange in there. And for now, we can bring this one over here. And then just like that, we've got our first store over here across the water. I am tempted to bring this back this way and put a motorway there and bring it down to there where we can hook that up. I don't think a bridge is really reasonable. I guess not even possible. Or Are we able to? No, we can. Yeah, it's a waterway that you could traverse with a bridge. So a bridge would be possible, but it's a long way from any blue houses. So I think the motorway is really the only reasonable choice. But we can deal with that okay. This yellow down here is an annoying spot. Light blue, where's the, oh boy. Let's pause that for a second. So we've got the light blue store here, and we've got the light blue houses down here. That definitely is going to need a motorway. So end of week 6, we could just see we've got an orange store that opened up there. So we are going to need either the bridge or the motorway. Feel like a motorway is the better way to go here. And let's pause for a second. So this blue can connect in there. Those oranges are there. So that's 5 oranges for the arena. No, 6 for the arena. Feel like we probably want to put a motorway like right. Do we want to put it right there? I feel like that's the best bet. We'll put a little offshoot on that road. A long motorway, but got to do what we got to do. Oh, and now we've got the white gray over here, which I think is going to mean that we need to get our first bridge involved here. It's not too bad in terms of its location. That was really quick. Bang, bang, bang. All our motorways are out. Our bridge is out. Oh, we've got 4 houses there now that are feeding to what has become a white-gray arena. Get that blue house integrated in. Score starting to fly up now. We're over 400. Let's pause for a second. We've got another blue over here. It's a little awkward. If we pull that motorway down, we could put we can get that one onto the roundabout, that one onto the roundabout, and connect the roundabout to the motorway. End of week 7, bridge and 20 or 40 road tiles. Let's take the bridge. Feel like that's going to be necessary. Well, let's pause for a second. Yeah, I feel like that was a necessary choice. Now, if we say we've got another blue one here, I think this kind of needs to come over into. Is that actually connected? I can't tell. run that forward a little bit. No, it's not connected. Let's connect that there. This gray white store is going to need to come over here. Actually, let's back that up. Let's bring it down like that. Just because that corner is going to get tight there, I think. So it's going to be good to have a little extra room. Hopefully there'll be another gray white house at some point in the near future. Yeah, and on cue. How do we? So we can just go like that. That gray house on the proper roadway. That's an annoying spot for that. This orange can probably come down this way and connect in. Got a bunch of yellow houses down here. They're all a bit awkward in terms of their placement. Let's take another bridge in 20 and let's pause for a second. So we're over 600. These yellows, though, super annoying. Like I said, we've got 3 of them down here. We've got this one up here, which, I mean, we could go like, that, so that this could come through. And connect to there. That's probably useful. We've got 2 yellows on this road, though. So if we have one coming that way, we've got, yeah, we can probably take one of these off and onto there. Be nice to do something with, can we go with this yellow that's kind of stuck over here? Nope, let's not do that. Can you come through now? So that gives us more, that gives us 2 more houses that are feeding into the growing demand over here. So I think that's probably good. Yeah. Let's see where things go. You can definitely see what I mean. Like when the game decides to ramp things up, it does not hold back. This gray one over here, not super useful. Annoying to get these 2 blue ones over here. I don't think there's anything, yeah, that's all probably okay, but we'll have to figure out a way to connect some of those together. Oh, there's a gray one here too, that's annoying. I'm gonna pause for a second. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are coming to this right here. I think we can probably peel off another one for over here because this long motorway with the 2 sets of stores over here, maybe peel 2 off. That still leaves 5 for that, which should be enough. Definitely lots of demand for this light blue one. Would be nice if we could get these guys here into the mix. Maybe we'll get a motorway in a moment. There's a motorway. Let's pause for a second because a couple things are happening. So one, we had the light gray store pop in over here. So I connected this roadway in here. Could probably even bring this one down like that. So we can run ones from these back into here and from these ones into here. We're a little light on the gray ones. It would be helpful, I guess, to have those ones in the game. You could theoretically run those over like that. Maybe that's the, let's not do this. Let's keep things tidy and nice. If we added 3 houses in there. Let's run that up onto that. So let's take 2 off of there and run that in. I think those will be enough for now for that. Keeps things quieter over here. These 3 will continue to deal with that. Should have enough extra demand or enough extra sort of consumers for the arena here. We have pesky. We've got a light blue here. I'm tempted to bring this up and around through that gap out a road. If we, what do we want to do? How do we want to get some road back here? There's definitely ways that we could get some. So what I want to do, I feel like we need to get this. How many have we got here? We've got 5. Maybe we take those 5 to this. Let's do that because that's alarming. We don't need the game to have troubles this early on. If we bring that over to there, and if we back that up all the way, maybe we get that motorway back. Let's run. We need some road tiles to come back. Let's pause for a second. This should be able to come in here. So we should have plenty of, I mean, more than enough houses to deal with this. We need to bring this down here. And then if we come over like this. Bring that there, and if we bring that there, we should be able to tidy that up a little bit. Still need a couple of road pieces. Just give it a moment for the rest of those roads to filter back in. So those should be able to deal with that now. Let's run. Do we have any more road pieces coming back? No, we don't at the moment. I think we're dealing with everything now. Scores up to 1,000, so we're definitely entering that big block of scores on the distribution graph. Crossed the 1,000 mark. Let's take a bridge in 20 because we definitely need some roads. We've got a motorway in the bank. That can go on there for now. This orange is annoying. You don't need to really be there, but anyways. Now, kind of thinking maybe we want to move this down here and move this over to here. If we disconnect that from there, I feel like we could come up here with this blue one, and then I think we could like separate this. And then I feel like we could take, no, we need that motorway to come back. Let's give it a moment for things to resolve. Just need that motorway back. Pause for a second. Let's get rid of the roundabout. And then let's put that motorway from here down to there. So that way we've got basically two separate motorways crossing the map. One for each store, which I think should be neater when it comes to traffic. Yeah, and then we've got the orange there. Let's oh, the orange there, and now we've got this light blue, which is irritating. What are we going to do? What if we were to take, if we were to go and take this, no, not like that. You go down there. What if you came over like that? What if you came down like that? I think you can go that way. It's the best way, maybe like that. We should get a bridge back in a moment. Pause that. If we take you like that, that gives oranges for that. What if we for now We're really one road short. We should get some road back in just a sec. Let's pause that or let's resume. Yeah, there's our road back. I don't like having this blue connected in here. It's going to make this bridge a mess. But those two houses should be able to take care of that for the time being. We've passed 1200. Yeah, there's 3 now because one spawned right on the edge. Oh, we got another arena up here with the yellow. Would be nice to have gotten a bridge or a motorway, but we'll take the 40 road tiles. Let's pause for a sec. This yellow is going to have a lot of demand. We've got 2, 4, 6. Like, it would be nice to get these involved, but I don't think it's real. I mean, I guess it's possible. We could bring them over here onto this motorway and let them ride up into here. Like that. That could work. Kind of ugly, but maybe not a lot of choice at the moment. Let's just leave it for the time being because I think initially at least we should have enough houses sending cars. We're almost at 1400. Things are really starting to move now. $1,500. Kind of feel like we want to make this move though now. I think we need that. We need that there. Where are we going to? What if we bring this back? We bring that around. I don't know if this is actually. I don't know if that actually fixes anything. Oh, I want you to stay that way, and I want you to come down like that. So that we can separate that, because that means that this can come down onto that. And it then means that you can come over here. Can't actually get through that gap though, can we? I guess we need that to come together for the time being. It's ugly. We don't really have a lot of choice at the moment. Because I feel like with 6 houses coming up here, that can let us do. Oh, this orange is in an awkward spot. That should connect up there. I think that lets us take that over to there, which can help things a little bit. because this is starting to get a lot of demand. Yeah, over 1500. Let's see. Let's try running that for a few moments. This yellow can just come down there. Not amazing, but again, we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's take the bridge in 20 because I feel like we're gonna need a bridge. We're almost at 1700. So this is good. We're getting past that first sort of mega pile of scores at the beginning of the leaderboard there on that distribution graph. Curious. Is there a better way to do this? Like, what if we brought you up there and brought this back? Chaos of our overlapping motorways. What if we backed this out? If we even backed that out? What if we take that to there, and then what if we come up to there? And what if we remove? I guess we don't want to remove that roundabout for now, but let's see if this gives us a better way to get some yellows into the fray there without gumming things up too much. We could even, like when the other colors land on the roadways, like that gray one there, pesky. What if we also took this, went up like that? It's a bit messy, but not horrible, I don't think. Coming up on 1900. The yellow cars are flying all over the place at the moment. Crazy yellow demand everywhere. Let's put the traffic lights in there and see if that helps. We passed 2000. Let's grab a motorway and 10, and let's pause for a second. Let's take these up here, this up here, and let's take this as a motorway over to there. And then we can tidy that back up, I think. I think if there's any. You could argue that I probably should have used that motorway just over here just to get these into the fray quicker. But I think it's okay. Yeah, let's run it. Let's see what happens here. Need yellows into that. We're gonna alarm. These alarms are so close. Get cars in there quick. Get the cars. Get the cars in there. Yeah, that was the one to go. 2255. Let's pop back out to the menu and see how that stacks up. Oh, we unlocked a bunch more levels. What is that? That's top 20%. I'm pretty happy with that. That definitely got crazy at the end, but I think we managed to weather that storm fairly well. Pretty happy with top 20. And that means that we've got Busan next in Korea. That should be cool. And what does the score distribution look like on this one? This is more of a proper curve compared to that Lisbon one, but it'll be interesting to try out. But overall, pretty happy with what we managed to do today on the Lisbon map. Top 20%, pretty nice for out of the gate there. And it was interesting to see. Definitely, you could definitely sense the gameplay when you were in there and what leads to this little spike of scores up here. There's a lot. Once the level turns on you, if you've not been setting things up right, it really can fall apart. But I think we did pretty good to get up here into the top 20, and interested, I think, to go back and replay a few of these, see if we can improve our scores in future videos. But I think we'll wrap it up there for this one. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.